We all know that sustainability is part of our DNA, and this is the reason why we even started this. But what does sustainability really means to the fashion pulpit? This is the question that we will try to answer for this episode. So I'm sure if you've been into the shop, you've seen plants around it. And not all of the plants that we have are ours. Most of them are actually adopted. Like for example, this one was given to us by a good friend because she was moving out Singapore. And this one was given by one of our swappers because she was actually adopting cats. And apparently this plant is poisonous to cats. Sustainability for us is controlling the need to buy what we love just because we can. Just like, for example, we love plants, but we don't splurge on it. We choose to save more plants from different owners. Even if they don't look cohesive, it doesn't matter as long as we are doing good, something good for this specific plant, for example. And that's what sustainability means to us. It's making the most of what we have. Next up, we're going to be talking about our racks and hangers. So if you've been into the shop, you can see we have different shapes and colors literally with our racks and hangers. So first, I'm going to be talking about our hangers. So like if you've noticed here, yes, they're all woodens, but it came from different sources. Like if you notice, this has different heads. This one was the very first wooden hangers that we had that was given to us by a friend of Chu who closed down her shop. And this type of hangers with this branding is actually from Danielle, the co-founder of Green Collective. So, and aside from the wooden hangers, we have the plastic hangers. So if you've seen all the plastic hangers, we use it for our tops. This is actually all for the love of laundry, so we source it out from them. And also for our bottoms, you can see there's different colors and different types. So this is from the love of laundry, and this one is from a swapper that she gave us because she has many hangers this type. And for the racks, again, it has different lengths and different heights. So most of our racks are actually from Covotella. When we were starting, they were also at the time changing the rack that they were using. So they were getting rid of about 18 pieces. So we got it from them. And then a few of our taller racks is actually from Fifth Collection. And this is the latest rack that we have. It's also actually from Covotella. Sadly, they have to close down during the circuit breaker or because of the pandemic. So we got this from them. So for us, sustainability is prolonging the lifespan of what's already been produced because otherwise they're just gonna be wasted. So now we're gonna be talking about this tag, which this tiny thing actually took us a lot of thinking on how we can maximize its existence. At first, we've sourced out recycled paper that we can use for tags. And we were using that, but we were using a permanent marker to put all the points, and it was only used once, and we were creating a lot of waste, which is not really in line of what we do. So we were thinking like, okay, and also the cost of the recycled paper was just super expensive that we changed to the ordinary paper. And the consolation for that was we were using erasable pen, so at least we can reuse them. But the challenge was this specific pen, if you expose it to heat, I mean the ink, if you expose it to heat, it actually disappears. So all the pieces that you see in the shop are steamed. So when we steam them, they will be gone. So it's a nightmare for us to rewrite and check the points of each item. So operationally, it was not ideal. So This comes with us using the pencil, which is not the most sexy among the other two, but this is the most practical and the perfect solution because we can erase that and it doesn't disappear when you steam each piece. So that's the story of our tag. And if you also checked out without bringing your bag, you have noticed that we are actually using recyclable or reusable bags. And it comes in different colors, shapes, because we actually source them from our members. So whenever we are running out of bags, we will do a shout out in our social media. And if you still have in your house, just keep it. Once we give a shout out that we're running out of bags, then you can just drop it at the shop. So the very first one that we were deciding if we need to have our own bags or, use recyclable or reusable bags was a hard decision because branding wise, it could have been better if we have our own bag and our name will be in the bag. And when people goes out, people will see it and then it will help us with with the promotion or the awareness of the brand. But also, again, it doesn't really is in line of what we do. We will produce new things that would only be used once or twice, but with this, it's already made, it's still presentable, it's functional, it can carry your bag, so why not? So sustainability for us is not being perfect, but the idea of trying to find solution to maximize our resources. During our first episode of this vlog, we have mentioned how challenging it was to get furniture. So we wanted to have furniture, and the first initial idea, which was really bad, was to collect different furnitures from people who are trying to throw it away or selling it for cheap. But we're lucky enough to have Gallery 278, who is our partner, and provided us all these gorgeous pieces like the shelves and the mirrors that you see in the shop. But some of it also are secondhand, just like this couch and the couch on the second floor. This is actually secondhand from an office nearby Liang Court. So one of our members knows the owner and they were closing the office or they were transferring. So we get in contact with them and they give us all of this furnitures. And because it comes with age already, one of the leg actually broke. And with the help of the magazine, we're still using it because one, we don't have money, and still, it's also still functional. So again, sustainability for us is about being open to collaborate because we cannot do this alone. So if you are thinking about doing something with us, just hit us up. Next up is our changing room. And changing room plays a big part to have a pleasant experience when swapping. And sadly, when we're looking for a changing room of what's available in the market, it did not fit of what we want. So we had it custom made, but because we had a lot of fabrics that I collected way before the fashion pulpit started, so I was thinking maybe we can just have a skeleton and dress it up with the fabrics that I have, and this is what we did. So sustainability for us is being innovative and creative in using what we already have, just like what we did with this changing room. This sewing machine is probably the oldest item in the shop. I got this around 2013 from a friend, Paulette. We were actually both a volunteer of one of the fashion events on that year, and we both were finishing school, and she was moving back to the Philippines, and of course she cannot bring this with her. So I got this from her, and according to her, she got this secondhand already. So I'm like the third person who owns this machine. So it's been about 8 years. Wow. But still, it's been a good sewing machine that helped us sew a lot of clothes and even alteration. So I guess for us, sustainability is choosing secondhand first before we consider to buy new. there you have it. Hope you've enjoyed our walkthrough on how we define sustainability in the different aspect of the business. In summary, sustainability is about advancing circular fashion through swapping, upcycling, thrifting, and repurposing. And this idea spills over to what we use and do here at the Fashion Pulpit. Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next episode.